Well, Kelly's court is back in session. On the docket today, her credit card debt made her take her life, and the creditor ought to pay. That, according to the woman's husband. He is suing the credit card company, Discover, saying that its attempts to collect on this debt pushed his wife over the edge. That lawsuit just allowed to go forward by a federal appeals court. The woman, who was $15,000 in debt when she shot herself to death, was previously diagnosed as bipolar. So is Discover really to blame for this? Well, let's ask our panel. Fox News legal analyst Lise Wheel and attorney Sharon Liko. Good morning to the both of you. Lise, let me start with you. How can he do this? How can he proceed with this lawsuit?
Megan, it sounds crazy, but look, you got to put this all in context. Here's a credit card, okay, that just came to my house very recently. Promised all these great things, free rates, a nice new toaster, all of that great stuff, right? Problem is, I didn't ask for this credit card. It was sent to my 9-year-old daughter. Credit card companies do this all the time. And in this case, this was a woman who had severe mental problems. She had just come out of bankruptcy. And, Megan, she used her husband's name. She didn't even use her own name. She set up a P.O. box. When the husband found out about this, when the husband found out that she'd had all these credit cards, had run up this big debt, he called Discover and he said, look, you're going to kill my wife. Literally, that's what he said. She's, mentally ill. And he said also, I will pay for it, Megan. I'll pay the bill here. What did they respond with, Megan? They said, we're going to take a trip to your house. We're going to put you in jail, lady.
Well, Sharon, but on the other hand, that was the thing that really upset the court, was that they threatened her with the criminal prosecution, which you're not allowed to do when you're trying to collect a civil debt like this. That was the thing that upset the court most. But they only did it one time. Is that really enough to justify this lawsuit?
No. What we have here is a classic example of a sense of entitlement that is pervading the country. It is an epidemic. Nobody wants to take responsibility for anything they do. This is a new low. I mean, at what point do you stop blaming everybody else for your problems? Yeah. The credit card company called. The woman committed fraud. That was admitted. She filled out an application online under her husband's name. So she committed fraud. The credit card company was trying to collect the debt, and they threatened criminal charges with possible jail time.
And the thing is, even the husband said, let me jump in. Lise, even the husband said it was not foreseeable to him that she was going to commit suicide, and she had been hospitalized for depression before Discover ever called her and made that threat about criminal prosecution.
That's true, but that even makes my case even stronger, which is that Discover should have known sort of the instability of this woman, and her psychiatrist did testify and said, look, this was what sent her over the brink. Look, I agree. You can't blame the credit card companies for everything, but here they really did cross the line by threatening her. We're going to put you in jail, lady. We're going to come to your house. We're going to do all of this. Meanwhile, the husband is saying, you're killing my wife, and I'll pay for it. I'll pay the bill.
Yeah.
No, that isn't what happened. Sharon. I mean, the credit card companies have a right to collect a debt. Is some of the means they use over the top? Maybe. Is it unlawful? That's a whole different question. And that's the issue that the appellate court has sent back, is whether or not Discover had the right to threaten criminal charges and jail time for the fraud.
Gotta leave it at that, because we are out of time and almost out of the show. Thank you so much, Lise and Sharon. We appreciate it. One quick final word for our viewers. It's not outrageous for a creditor to insist on payment from a debtor. One phone call suggesting that the police may get involved doesn't change that fact. While it's unfortunate that this woman was mentally ill, in this lawyer's view, it was not the responsibility of the credit card agency to protect her from the consequences of her own misdeeds.